Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Solorzano and this is Wilmer. This is my dog here. He just wanted to cuddle today, so he's gonna be hanging out with us while we are doing this video. So the title of this video is The Power of Being Yourself. This topic is a very interesting topic because I feel like a lot of us, at least when I was younger, like I couldn't tell like what it was, how to be myself. A lot of people would say that, oh, just be yourself. You go to a party or, you know, you go to your mom's friend's birthday or something like that, and, you know, you get nervous or something and your parents are like, oh, just be yourself, like they're gonna love you. And it was always just like a weird concept to me. Like I couldn't really understand what that meant because I felt like there was always like a certain etiquette that you had to have like around other people, and I just didn't really know how to bring that etiquetteness along with like authenticity to the table whenever I would be in front of people that I really didn't know. As some of you may know, like when I was growing up, I was really shy. I had a lot of anxiety and just had like really struggled with like this concept of like being myself. So I wanted to dive into this topic because I feel like it's really important for others to understand like how to present yourself as yourself and with like authenticity. Hi, puppy. And so I want to just start off by saying, when you want to be yourself, I think it's important to define like who you are, right? Like who do you want to become? And this kind of ties in with like manifestation and then self-development. So right on topic. And I think for me, I had, where are you going? Come here. Come here. You want your bone? I want him to hang out with me. Oh, okay, fine. Okay, are you coming? Okay, he's just like walking around. All right, so anyways, yeah, so I feel like it's important to define who you are and who you want to become. And I think for me, I was like so focused on being this person that was like suffering. Wilmer. He's just making a lot of noise with his bones, so I had to take it away from him. He's so scary. I feel like I was this person that like I would constantly define myself as somebody who was anxious, somebody who was shy, and that was like my definition of who I was. But it wasn't until I actually thought about it and I was like, okay, well, who am I actually, like, who do I want to show up as? And who do I want to continue to become? And nowadays, like I truly believe like in my heart that I am joy. I truly believe that I am love, and I believe that I am abundant. And I feel like these are just core beliefs that people have about no. Okay, I'm hiding it from him. These are just core beliefs that I have about myself that I have always, no, just hang out. These are just core beliefs that I've felt about myself after just learning more about myself and learning how I like to show up. And Wilmer, stop. Learning how I like to show up. And so yeah, like I like to show up as somebody who's like a joyful person. Like I notice that about myself. Like I like to come up with like a positive attitude. I like people to be around me. I like being the life of the party, but I also like being like somebody who's the observer and kind of just observes other people and like people watches and all that kind of stuff. And so it's just like a constant thing that you are just kind of defining like in the moment. Like I don't know. I also feel like when you are trying to figure out like how you want to define yourself, I think asking for help from the universe. So one of the things was like, I felt like I was always associating abundance with money. And so I never really felt like abundant because I was like, oh, I don't have like that much money as much as other people and stuff. So I was just like playing that comparison game. But then I asked for help from the universe, and I said, universe, can you like please show me evidence of my abundance? And you will be surprised to just watch like how many things in your life that truly show your evidence of like your wealth and your abundance and all of those things. So you just never know. And I feel like I always refer to like asking for help from the universe in order for these things to kind of manifest into my life. Another thing that I wanted to bring up was some people may wonder what is the value of being yourself, because I think I don't know, at least for me, when I was like growing up, it was hard for me to be like, why would people don't want to get to know me, like people don't want me, like it was a really terrible like cycle. But like the fact is that I did go through that. So, which is why I'm like teaching you guys and talking about it today, because I feel like I've grown from that. But yeah, like that was a question that I had for myself, like what is the value of it? Like why do I need that? And I believe that there's so much value in seeing other people being themselves. Like I always felt inspired by other people who were acting as themselves, and you can just tell when people are just authentic and genuine. And I feel like there's always a new level of like genuineness and authenticity, and I feel like that is part of like the pursuit of becoming who you are, is just getting better and better at all areas of your life. So spiritually, mentally, career-wise, finance, health, like all of these things. And part of that I think is authenticity and just being more authentically yourself and being, you know, who you are unapologetically. And I think that ties in with like a core belief, and the core belief being that you are free. Like you are truly a person who has free will and gets to choose the life that they want to live, right? So, and I think that might be like a hard concept for people to really understand. But after you kind of get used to like this type of work, like manifesting things, like you have to allow that to be your belief, that you are free and that you are choosing the life that you create, and you have choice and you have free will in order to you know, become the person that you want to become and live the life experience that you decide. So one of the questions that I wrote down was, a lot of people, like, have you ever wondered why people on social media or like, you know, other social platforms, like they're famous for like something that's kind of like, it doesn't seem to you like it's like a big deal, like it's just like some sort of like, I don't know, random video or random thing that they said, and they went viral for it and they got super famous from it, and now that's just their life. Like I've definitely had those feelings, like why is that person famous, you know? But I think that kind of comes from, I think that stuff like really comes from people who like go viral. Like they become viral in those moments because they're free of judgment of themselves, and they don't have this like idea that they need to be another person. Like they don't have this idea that they should be doing something else. Like they're just totally like aligned with who they are. And I just feel like that right there, that snippet of time is like so valuable and like so inspirational to so many people, because you're like, oh, like I felt that before, or I feel that way, or like I want that basically. And so that, like I said, it just like serves as like a piece of inspiration for other people. And I think that's the value of being yourself, right? And I think the more people that are themselves, then the better the world is, because when you're yourself, like you're truly happy, you're free, and at that point you just want to help and serve other people. Like you are just like giving from your overflow. You're not in a state of like scarcity where you're feeling like, oh, like I need to take that, like, oh, like I'm not there yet, so let me just take this from somebody, or, you know, that sort of thing. I don't really know how to explain it, but you're just like not in this like state of lack, like you're just in like free mode, and you want everybody around you to feel that way. So I think that's like kind of the beauty also of freedom, really, just being your authentic self. And so what I'm not trying to say is, I'm not trying to say that if you've gone viral, then you are truly free, or because you're viral, that means that you are your authentic self all the time, or you're only seen as somebody, like if you're not viral, then that doesn't mean that you're authentic. Like, I don't think that's true at all. Like, I'm living proof of that. Like, I have like 17 or something subscribers right now. Like, there's no way, like I'm not somebody who is like completely viral, but I think that right now what I'm doing here on this platform is taking those stepping stones to my ultimate goal, which is my freedom. And I think that is kind of like the message that I'm trying to send to people, is that it doesn't matter like what, like necessarily, like it doesn't matter like if you're not perfect, right? Like what matters is that you're taking those steps to move towards your authenticity and your freedom, and being very intentional about the things that you're doing in order to move towards that. Because I think that is like the ultimate goal for everybody in life, is to feel that sense of freedom within themselves, because it's like, it's just such a good feeling, right? Like, I mean, who doesn't like to feel free? So that's actually pretty much what I wanted to say. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to say was that I feel like at some point, like in your life, you have to just decide that that's what you're going to do. Like you decided that you are going to be your authentic and genuine self no matter what. And I feel like if you allow yourself to go through something and like reach towards your goal without feeling this like sense of guilt or shame if you don't make it, right? Like let's just say, I'm gonna use this YouTube thing as an example. Like if I wanna become somebody who does this full time, if this doesn't happen for me, like let's say this never goes viral, like nobody discovers me and that sort of thing, and like nothing ever comes of this, that I don't look at this YouTube channel like as a failure for not having reached that goal. If anything, it's going to help me feel more empowered and aligned with who I am, no matter if my goal is like not completely reached in that direction. Because really what the goal is, like I said before, is to feel authentic and to feel free. And the feeling that I'm getting from doing this video right now with you is that sense of freedom. Like I am voicing my opinion, I am voicing where I'm at in my life, I am telling you guys my story, and I am sending that message, like I am being intentional of, this is what I desire. Like I desire to be authentically and unapologetically myself. So what I'm trying to say is not looking at your failures as a success, right? Like even if I don't make it to 150K subscribers, like this is still a successful moment for me. Like I still feel successful because I went out and I did it, right? And I tried. And if anything, this is just a stepping stone towards that success that I am seeking, the authenticity and all of that stuff. So I hope that makes sense. I know that was, could have been like a little bit confusing, but I think it was just like a message within me that I really wanted to push forward and let you guys know that, you know, if you look at your preconceived failures as successes, like, or just looking at it as not a complete failure, that you're reaching towards like a kind of like a more intangible type of goal, like being your authentic self, then that can really serve you in the future, and it can encourage you to keep going towards whatever it is that you are reaching for. All right, so I hope you guys resonate with that. If you guys don't, then that's okay too. And happy manifesting. I hope you guys have a wonderful day.